You know, I gotta give Norman Reedus his props for rocking the same haircut for the past decade. Brother, you could recognize that haircut from a mile away. But you can't lie, he's rocking it though. So Ballerina is a spin-off film within the John Wick universe. I know the official title is From the World of John Wick Ballerina, but I'm not saying all that, that's too much. The title is giving off this. The film is directed by Len Wiseman and it stars Ana de Armas, Norman Reedus, Ian McShane, the posthumous Lance Reddick, and Keanu Reeves. Trained in the assassin's traditions of the Roscaroma, Eve Macaro takes on an army of killers as she seeks revenge against those responsible for the death of her father. So we have our first ever spin-off film that takes place in the world of John Wick but doesn't revolve around John Wick. And long story short, the film was actually pretty solid. Given the ending to John Wick 4, I was very curious into how this world was gonna survive without John Wick, or at least without him being the focal point. And after watching Ballerina, I truly believe this universe will survive without John Wick. One of the biggest pillars of this franchise has been the action, along with the incredible stunt work and the incredible choreography. All 4 of the John Wick films have had incredible action sequences, and Ballerina continues to serve us that cake. The stunt work is off the chain, the choreography is immaculate, the kills are bloody, gory, and satisfying, and the camera work is fluid. After my eyes were burned from watching the goofy ass camera work from Karate Kid Legends, Ballerina comes in to heal me of my pain. Everything from continuous one-shots to panning shots to a brief bird's eye view, the action in this entire franchise and especially in this movie is untouchable. I can't remember the last time I saw an action film and I clenched my body every time someone got shot in the nuts. And props to our stunt men and women for pulling off these crazy sequences. You couldn't pay me enough money to throw my body down a flight of stairs or directly at an ice wall. I am okay off that. That torpedo flamethrower scene was one of the best segments in the entire franchise. That whole segment had me on the edge of my seat. Just like John Wick's 1 through 4, the production design in this film is incredible. It feels so refreshing to be back in this world. It's like it never left. And the production design in this film just further complements how massive this world is. And let me tell you this right now. Ana de Armas was magnificent in this movie. She was a true marvel. The way she is able to convey her character's emotions, feelings, and thoughts through just her eyes is incredible. You see how throughout the film she doesn't want to be a killer. There are moments where she has feelings of regret and remorse for the actions that she's done. She doesn't want to go down the path of being a killer, but actions and consequences lead her down that way. There are times where we see in her eyes where she's thinking to herself, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have killed all those people. Maybe I shouldn't have ran that guy over with my Mercedes. Maybe I shouldn't have blown off that guy's body into smithereens with a grenade. You know, she has these moments where internally she feels kind of sick and a bit remorseful. We see how Eve goes through trial and error to improve her tactics, to improve her fighting skills. She's getting her ass beat. She's getting kicked around like a potato sack. But as the movie progresses, she gets better and better and becomes way more of a badass. And it shows that Eve is not a quitter. She's willing to get her feet and her knuckles bloodied just to avenge her father. But I wanted to bring that up because I thought that was a great addition to her character. Show us her struggles, show us her failures, show us how we see her improve and become way more capable than ever. But I thought Ana de Armas was fantastic. I really love her character and I can't wait to see more of her in the future. Now, if I were to say she had more personality than John Wick, would I be crazy? If anything, John Wick is the Slayer from the Doom games. Killing is his personality. And speaking of John Wick, yes, he is in this film and he has a couple of cameos and they are fucking awesome. He's only in the movie for like a total of like, what, 5 minutes? And I'm okay with that. Why? Because this isn't his movie. This is Eve's movie and I'm glad the film doesn't allow John Wick to overshadow Eve. That was one thing that I was really worried about going into this movie. But no, they did it. They managed to find a way to bring John Wick in a very healthy and mature way. And when I say healthy and mature, I mean like it didn't feel like, oh, he's the center of this spin-off movie. You know what I mean? It didn't come across that way. And of course, the supporting cast was fantastic. The late Lance Reddick, Ian McShane, and Norman Reedus was awesome as well. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, but when he's on screen, he has a lot of badass moments. Daryl Dixon, the badass that you are. And I really did love the story in this movie. When the movie first starts off, it's like, okay, they killed her father, now she's gonna go on a revenge quest. Okay, cool. But then they add more to the story of who Eve really is and where she's from, and that was a really cool twist, I'm not gonna lie. However, as that same twist went on, it kind of became a bit more goofy in a way. So in the film, we learned about Eve, and we also learned that she has a sister who is also an assassin. I won't dive deep into the sister angle, but I'm gonna be honest, I did not care for that. I could have gone without that. The sister angle added no value to the story. It's almost like, why even put it in the film? I get the sister angle was supposed to be a shock, but if anything, it kind of ruined the original plot twist. You already had a solid twist, and then you kind of ruined it with the sister angle. Like, come on, man. Also, I didn't really care for the villain as much as I wanted to. Is he intimidating? I guess. If anything, his right-hand man was more of a threat. If I see a man light his foot on fire and attempts to stomp the shit out of me right after that, I'm running. I'm not fighting him like, bro, you got it. But in the end, guys, Ballerina was a banger. I would argue all of the installments in this franchise have been bangers, and Ballerina is no different. Great action, a great leading protagonist, and overall, a pretty solid expansion to this world. I just remember something. They're making a John Wick 5. How? Either he faked his death or he's in hell fighting demons. Regardless, I will be there day one. So, plugging Ballerina into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Ballerina. Let me know down in the comments section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Where would you rank Ballerina in this franchise? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comments section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.